in this House, Honorable Speaker. You only questioned me once. The second time you chased me out. But for a medical doctor who is negligent and has caused loss of life, it has been verified and it has been found that it is out of the negligence of this particular doctor that this person died. The only thing that we can do is to reprimand. The only thing that we can do is to caution. If you were to actually take the most adverse step in punishing this doctor, Honorable Speaker, is to ask him to go back to school. It's not to take an account of what they have done already. The other thing that we can only do, and you have heard Senator Cherargei speak about it, is to ask that doctor, go back to school. So what becomes of the fate of the people who have suffered in the hands of this particular person? Honorable Speaker, we must make it a bit stringent. We must make it a bit stringent. Honorable Speaker, maybe think about the parents of Anita Jepkorir. They suffered with this baby when she was alive. They suffered with this baby when she's alive. You can see the kind of suffering that those parents were undergoing. A foreign body is in your daughter's respiratory system. It has not been removed. But to conceal the negligence of the doctor, they want to remove the teeth of the girl. When you ask for the teeth, they are not available. When you want to insist, you are not allowed. They also suffered, and they have suffered with this daughter when she is dead. Honorable Speaker, first of all, do you actually appreciate that this girl died 3 years ago? Justice have not been served to these parents until they have to come to the Senate for the last 3 years. Nothing has happened. When they were seeking information so that they can lodge this particular complaint, Honorable Speaker, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital was not coming through for them. Just imagine. Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital and Kenyatta National Hospital, I think, and Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, I think are the top in terms of the health facilities that we have in the Republic. If people are suffering like this, Dr. Boni Harwale, in Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, just imagine what would happen in JM Karaoke, which is not even a teaching and referral hospital, Honorable Speaker. It is from these level 6 hospitals that we expect the best of the best are found, Honorable Speaker. But what do we see? What do we get? Is this kind of a problem? Maybe finally, because I also see many of the colleagues want to speak about this. The only people, Madam Speaker, and I think this is where I also felt that in terms of our recommendation, we apportioned the bigger blame of the death of baby Anita Jepkorir to the legal department of the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital more than the person who was negligent. Because the recommendations requires that the legal department and the staff of the legal department of the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, disciplinary and administrative action should be taken on them. But for the doctor who caused this death, there is nothing like disciplinary or administrative action that is happening on this particular case, Honorable Speaker. I am wondering, and I am getting confused in my mind, between the people who are trying to help conceal this particular evidence, Honorable Speaker, and the person who actually caused the sin, who should be apportioned more of the blame? Who should carry the bigger burden of the blame of the death of baby Anita Jepkorir? Because the legal department, in our recommendation, we are asking that disciplinary and administrative action is taken upon them, which is very good, because they were supposed to actually help. They were supposed to help the parents of baby Anita so that they can get the bottom of this. They have a piece of their blame. But I think the bigger blame is on Dr. Ondigo and the team of doctors who are working on this particular baby. There is also a very good recommendation, and I think I really hope that this particular recommendation will be implemented. On recommendation number 4, Honorable Speaker, there should be a creation of a formal patients advocacy within healthcare facilities to assist families in navigating complaints. Honorable Speaker, you can imagine people who are anguishing in the villages, Honorable Speaker. People who cannot be able to, who do not even know that they can actually petition the Senate. People who have suffered in the hands of doctors, Honorable Speaker, but they cannot get justice. Because this justice has not, or the framework upon which they can seek for this justice, Honorable Speaker, has not been established. This is a case of Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. What happens to any other person who has suffered this particular, or has a complaint against a doctor, has a complaint against a healthcare facility or healthcare service provider, in whatever level of health provision or in whatever level of a facility, be it a level 5, be it a level 3, be it a dispensary, Honorable Speaker, be it a health center, whatever it would be, Honorable Speaker, you know many cases, Honorable Speaker, of misdiagnosis. Many people have been misdiagnosed. They have suffered in the hands of doctors, Honorable Speaker. You know, many people have been told you have such and such a disease, and it has been established data that they were not suffering from the same disease. The trauma, that's why you're being told that you have to always seek a second opinion. You have to seek a third opinion. You have to seek a fourth opinion. And every opinion is different from the initial opinion. I'm wondering, Dr. Boni, because you are a doctor, do you have a different set of syllabus that you are subjected to, that this doctor would diagnose you for this, the other doctor will tell you that it is this. In one hospital, you're being told it's H. pylori. In the next hospital, you're being told that you have cancer of the stomach. In the other one, you're being told that it is just water that you're not taking. Honorable Speaker, this incompetence must be addressed, Honorable Speaker, and because I see the light is beaming, I want to consolidate and finish. Number 5, we need to develop standardized protocols and mechanisms for investigating reported medical negligence cases, Honorable Speaker. Actually, do you see that after Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Council found this doctor culpable, they were told to go and agree with the family about the action that should be taken? Honorable Speaker, do you actually see, and by the way, I also wanted to ask, since these doctors were fined, I think a fine of 250,000 and another fine of 300,000, was it going to the parents? Was it going to the hospital? Was it going to the council itself? Or to whom was this money being paid, Honorable Speaker? Why can't we have a prescribed list of what needs to be done once you are found culpable? Don't be told to go and agree with the mother. Because you've seen in the submissions of the hospital, they're actually asking the family to appreciate the many working hours. You know, you have to appreciate that we worked on your daughter for so long, but you worked on her. Honorable Speaker, it's like you're going to Nyandarua, and you take the road to Mombasa, and you're driving so fast, and you're saying, can't you appreciate that I'm driving so fast? But you're driving so fast in the wrong direction. You cannot get to where you are going. Once you have misdiagnosed this particular case, Honorable Speaker, it does not matter for how long you have worked on this baby. In fact, the parents of this baby have argued that you are working on this baby for so long because you already made an initial mistake. Had you noticed that this foreign body was just a seed that this baby had swallowed, Honorable Speaker, you needed not work on her for a very long time. Finally, we need to encourage hospitals to engage in mediation processes with the families of the patient. But, Honorable Speaker, as we encourage hospitals to engage with the parents, Honorable Speaker, we have to have a very structured mediation. It's not that you're just told go and agree with your hospital. There must be a mediation mechanism. Even in court, Honorable Speaker, there must be a mediation. You have to go to and meet a mediator so that you can agree and say that we have settled this matter out of court. Not that you are forced to go and agree with the hospital, Honorable Speaker. Every time people are told to go and agree with the hospital, more often or not, it is the patient and their parents, Honorable Speaker, who lose. It's not the hospital. The hospital who argue that we did our best. The hospitals who argue that we gave the best medical care. We gave you the best surgeon. But you gave the best surgeon but did the wrong thing. Maybe finally, Honorable Speaker, as I sit, may I also appreciate the Senate. I feel that I am very proud to be a member of this Senate, Honorable Speaker. Because the things that we are dealing with and the things that we are speaking about here, Honorable Speaker, are very, very weighty issues that touch on the people of Kenya. I never hear us, Honorable Speaker, ask for adjournment so that we can discuss individuals. I never hear that happening in the Senate, and I'm very proud that in the Senate we are always dealing with issues, Honorable Speaker. We may not agree every time. We may have divergent opinions, Honorable Speaker, every time. But even at the height of the Gen Z's protest in the June of 2024, when everybody ran away, the Senate stood and we were here and we were speaking about the issues of the people of Kenya. I think that is the Senate that I always aspired to be in, and I am always very proud to be a member of this Senate, Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Medho. Let's have Senator Hamida. I hope you are not seated on that seat. Sergeant at Arms, you noticed her seat malfunctioned, and it quite made her fall. You should have reacted faster. The speed I saw, next time response time should be reduced. She was down for half a minute. She shouldn't be down for over 5 seconds before you move in. You can proceed, Senator Hamida.
Thank you. My minority leader is insisting that I should go to the dispatch, but it's okay. Thank you for your concern, Emel. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I feel so honored with this petition and how my colleagues have contributed. Madam Speaker, this is my petition that I brought to the Health Committee and investigated. My colleagues have spoken with so much passion about it, Madam Speaker, that I feel quite overwhelmed, and I could feel the pain. You can imagine what I went through when I was talking to Mama Anita. Mama Anita, Madam Speaker, came to me crying, and it was like she had lost all the hope. She had lost, of course, Anita, but hope that she cannot get justice. And it was on that breath that I decided, no, I need to take upon myself to follow it up. Madam Speaker, you being there, you contributed, and Senator Asige and others, and Senator Matthew, quite passionately, that I'm only waiting for Senator Khalwale as the medical doctor to add the flavor. I really don't have much to say because it was mine, but I feel that the medical negligence, Madam Speaker, this is not the first time. I have done many other petitions and investigations that I brought forward, and all of them, almost all of them, Madam Speaker, they were all medical negligence. From Kenyatta Hospital, when we had that baby who from Kenyatta Hospital, then we had Mama Lucy Hospital again, where a mother died, and lost her life while she had her twins. And looking at it, there are two issues, Madam Speaker. Now, I don't know whether there was a failure of the medical equipment, Madam Speaker, because it shows that there was a failure initially on bronchoscopy and thoracotomy. Forgive me, those are foreign words to me, and Dr. Haloli knows them very well. Those procedures, to remove the ingested foreign body was not done properly. So either the mess was messy, that these medical equipments are just there and they are non-functional. Of course, I have seen the same. There's one time, Madam Speaker, I went to Kenyatta Hospital, and out of 40, what are they called? Renal, the medical, the dialysis machine. You can't believe out of about 40, 45, only 20 were working, and about 25 of them were not working at the Kenyatta Hospital. And they were showing us, they said, look, Senator, all these are not working, and yet, people are being paid for the medical equipment. I have done a statement on medical equipment, and until now, Madam Speaker, I am complaining. Nothing has been discussed. That the medical equipment statement has been put aside until to date. We have not even gone there. It's 2 years now that statement has not been dealt with. either with my own health committee that I sit in, or either intentionally it has been done, I don't know, but I feel so sad for that. So it's either the medical equipment or the negligence, of course, from failure, from one of the doctors called Dr. Ondigo and his medical team, who tried to revisit the CT scan results to confirm the retrieval of the foreign object. Imagine the pain that this girl was in when they plucked her 2 teeth out of nothing. And since they didn't see a seed, they had to have a black seed. They had to give an excuse that it was the tooth. Either one tooth that went in. I mean, she consumed the tooth, and that's why she had the failure. But then the post-operative briefings were done. Medical practitioners were not led, to the surgeons who violated the good medical practice by not giving the proper documentation, information shared during different briefings with the patient, Madam Speaker. And the family was they were all frustrated. Nothing was coming forthright. The attendance on the post-discharge complications were managed without consulting cardiothoracic surgeons, which coupled with poor record-keeping procedures, Madam Speaker, that violated the disciplinary care. The petitioner, Madam Speaker, was denied fair hearing. Mama Anita was denied fair hearing of the death of her child. The dispute resolution of the MTRH and KPMD delayed in addressing the concerns raised in the matters as characterized by the extent and the delay between the case and what was filed with the decision and what was rendered, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, when we talk about negligence of the doctors, I will talk about it in pain, that I also lost my sister, my own sister, or firstborn sister, at the Kenyatta referral hospital, but then through medical negligence. And I feel that, of course, she was diagnosed with wrong medicine, the steroids, and she had to lose her life. So I felt it, for Mama Anita, and that's why I had to bring forth the petition. Madam Speaker, our prayers, of course, and our recommendations in the committee was to discipline. The disciplinary action should be taken, and the procedure should be taken to ensure full compliance with Section 20, 6G of the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Act, which requires fines to be imposed in addition in other appropriate disciplinary measures. But I feel strongly that fines, after losing life, paying fines is just not enough, Madam Speaker. These doctors have to pay for it. Seriously, we need to create a form of patient advocacy, Madam Speaker, a program where the healthcare facilities to assist families in navigating complaints and grievances related to such cases, Madam Speaker. These rights should be available, and the cases perceived in such negligence, Madam Speaker. I also feel, looking at what Mama Anita went through, we also need, Madam Speaker, to encourage hospitals to engage in medical processes with families and patients who have experience in adverse outcomes, ensuring that these processes are facilitated by seriously neutral third parties to promote fairness and transparency. Madam Speaker, Mama Anita was quite frustrated because the same KPMD and Moi referral frustrated this lady. So you imagine you're having the same people who are mediating, the same issues. So I feel strongly that we should have had the third-party mediators on such cases. Excuse me. Then, Madam Speaker, I also feel that continuous quality improvement practices with such cases should be enhanced on patients with care standards. Seriously, this could involve routine audits, Madam Speaker, of surgical outcomes. Madam Speaker, you can imagine this is one of those cases that, thank you, Senator Mutata. This is one of those cases, Madam Speaker, that was brought to us. Now, can you imagine other Kenyans going through the same? Other Kenyans who do not have a voice, to fight for themselves. Then who does, Madam Speaker? I feel strongly that the same doctors, through their negligence, should be punished. They should go through the disciplinary measures for them, for others to understand the mess involved, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the negligence and also the staff that handled Anita, I wonder what happened, because we even expected the nurse, the staff, to have their competence, to be competent enough. Excuse me. Madam Speaker, I feel the staff also were incompetent enough to have handled Anita Jepkorir. That black seed would have been detected, and the kind of machines we have now, and thankfully now we have the AIs also that have, are replacing what we have, that are able to support. This untimely death of Anita Jepkorir was largely caused by medical negligence and medical personnel at Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. Madam Speaker, my prayers have already been put down with the Standing Committee of Health, and the report is there. It's in black and white. Like I said, I don't have much. Since I went through the pain of Mama Anita, I am just humbled with my colleagues, and I still want to give space to Senator Mutata and maybe any other senator to contribute to this, Madam Speaker. But I feel justice has to be done. Justice delayed is justice denied. So I feel strongly the punishment has to go out strongly. Madam Speaker, I want to give this space. I want to contribute my time to my other colleagues. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Senator, for your contribution and for bringing the petition. Senator Boni Halwale.
Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for this chance, and I want to confess from the beginning that this is not an easy debate. It is extremely complex, because anything resulting in death is final. It marks the cessation of life that expresses itself, Madam Speaker, through cessation of breathing, cessation of the heartbeat, and death of the mind, of the brain. Madam Speaker, to be able to debate this difficult subject, it's important that we understand as Parliament what is medical negligence, because we are about to pass a serious verdict that Dr. Ondigo and the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospitals were negligent. Madam Speaker, negligence involves a case where a healthcare provider fails to follow standard methods of providing care to a patient and ending up causing preventable harm to a patient. This harm to the extreme can be death or various levels of injury. And therefore, this is where we are. That poor little Anita died and Parliament is investigating. Did Dr. Ondigo fail to provide medical care using standard medical methods? That is what you should respond to. And to do this, dear colleagues, to my professional mind, we must tick against 6 boxes. The first box, Madam Speaker, is, was there misdiagnosis? Was Dr. Ondigo unable to establish the medical problem of the little girl? In this case, from this report, no. Dr. Ondigo made the proper diagnosis of a foreign object in the pulmonary system. So you can't indict him on that particular score. The second one is, was there failure to treat? In this report, I've read it carefully. There was a lot of time spent on attempting to treat this patient so as to prevent this unfortunate outcome. Treatment is not defined as being having been done only when the patient has recovered. Even where a patient dies, treatment is given. So again, you can't indict Dr. Ondigo. The third question is, was there surgical or anesthetic error? Here, you can't take it off because we don't know what happened in theater, whether it's the doctor who got it wrong or the anesthetist who did not give the proper anesthesia. The fourth question, which we must ask, was the surgery that was given necessary or it was unnecessary? As a medical expert, I can confirm that based on the diagnosis, the surgery which was given in this case was the correct one. So you can't indict Dr. Ondigo on this particular score. The fifth question we must answer is, were there medical errors? On this one, both the hospital and Dr. Ondigo can't run away. From what we have heard, it looks as either during theater or immediately after theater or the long-term post-operative care, there must have been errors. So here, it's difficult to vouch for the innocence of Dr. Ondigo. The first one is the timing of the surgery. The last one is the timing of the surgery. In this case, was surgery delayed? From the reports I'm reading here, Madam Speaker, it is not too clear the timings of both bronchoscopy and thoracotomy. And let me spend some time on this one. Senator Amida, this big word in English, bronchoscopy, is a simple procedure where using a medical equipment called a bronchoscope, you approach the pulmonary system of the patient, shine the light inside, and view whether you can pick any
Senator Halwale, when we resume, you'll have a balance of 13 minutes, and this debate will continue tomorrow. Honorable Senators, it's now 6:30 p.m. Time to adjourn the Senate. The Senate therefore stands adjourned until tomorrow, Thursday, 29th May 2025 at 2:30 p.m. Thank you.